a little bit of light to the lies of this country.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, guys, if you hear me cheering on the others on my side, I am watching NLL, which is National Lacrosse League, and watching the Buffalo Bandits winning 3-1. But next few questions I have for Christian is what's another question I can bring up real quick? What are some lies that you think the government has told in the past?
I think
3 months.
how
3
they
months. 3 months.
just in 3 months, what like some lies are.
Yeah, what some lies they have told in the last 3 months?
That guns are the issue and not like people's mental health. Is a major one.
Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit of it. I know we're trying to talk about the government and the lies and stuff in this, but we also talk about other stuff like sports. We'll talk about that sometimes. We're trying to give you the main things that we should tell you guys in our point of view, what we should want you guys to know. And we're just a great experience because we have a whole great experience with everything. But Christian, I just watched Dane Smith come out of the box, pick up the ball, and just do like a slap shot in hockey, and score.
Dang.
And then now there's gonna be I thought there was gonna be a fight. Ooh. But but that's how we want to show it, and how we want you guys to know what we're talking about. We try to keep it around the same thing, or...
So, Lucas, my first question for you is, who do you think is going to win the National Lacrosse League's championship this year?
Buffalo Bandits all the way. Gotta go with the Bandit land. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Bandits, bro.
Yeah.
The home city.
Yes, sir. Now, what do you think about just overall draft picks for every team in the NFL? Just from a rating, who is your top 2 teams when it comes to, like, when you think did the best in the draft? Who do you think did the best?
I think the worst in the draft was definitely Miami.
Makes sense.
So, not trying to put it there, but then second worst, I'm gonna put my top 2 best and top 2 worst. Second worst, gotta put the Steelers down there. No offense.
Second worst.
I gotta put them down there because there's definitely more teams that improved than they did.
Do you know that they did say with professional evaluators that Pittsburgh did get one of the best draft picks actually out there?
Yeah, but the way I see it, I'm going off of how they improved from their draft picks, and like there's been more teams that have improved from it than non-improved from it. Like improved from it, I would put like the Jets at number 2. And the Lions at number 1.
Probably makes some sense.
That's how I'm looking at it. Because the Patriots don't eat it. The Patriots don't have any good draft picks, anyways.
Yeah.
So that's why they're at number 3 at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 3 at the top would probably be the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Jaguars and Houston are like tied there.
Yeah.
Then you have Giants underneath a little bit. But it's like that's my opinion about that. But but like I said, my opinion, that's what I think the ranking should have been from it. But
Yeah.
what about you?
I think, even though you put Pittsburgh at one of the bottom ones, I think that they were at least in the middle of there. Probably not as bad as you're saying. But I think that they didn't do the greatest, maybe, from it. But I do think that they definitely didn't do bad, and I think that they actually did pretty smart job, like a pretty smart job when they did that.
Okay. What's your next question?
My next question for you is, what do you think about all the things that are going on with these shootings? Like, what's your just general thoughts about it?
General thoughts is, it's honestly crazy because it could have been anyone that I've known that could have been shot in any of them. But it's like, it's just mind blowing that someone would go into like an elementary school and shoot all these little kids that are in the second to fourth grade, and also shoot his own grandmother.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to go? Who do you think are going to be the top teams in the NFL this year? Like the top 5.
My top 5 will probably, well, Buffalo stayed pretty much the same, and they've been a tough team for a few years now. So I'm gonna have to put them at least at the 5 spot, at least 5 to 3 spot. My next one that I would say for my next position is for number 4 is probably going to be the Bengals, because they also haven't changed that much, and if you remember, they are a Super Bowl caliber team last year. They made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Another team I put at number 3 is probably going to be, I'm not sure, because a lot of other teams have changed a lot, but number 3, I'm going to actually move those 2 other teams up a rank. But and then I'm gonna re-choose my number 5. My number 5 is going to be San Francisco.
Okay, I can kind of see it.
Yeah.
Although they still have Jimmy G over there.
Yeah. My number 2 is going to be probably the Buccaneers.
Okay.
If they stay healthy enough. And my next team at number 1, you can guess, is going to be the Rams.
Okay, that's not bad. If I'm going to go off of mine, I'm saying number 1 is Rams, obviously. Number 2, I'm going to say Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm putting San Francisco, because how close the game was between San Francisco and the Rams. They kept it like very close.
Yeah.
Then I put the Bengals up there, and I'm putting Buccaneers actually to number 6, and putting the Raiders up 1. No offense, although I like the team, I'm putting them up there because they improved. They have one of the best wide receiver core in the game now.
Yeah.
Plus their tight end, plus the wide receiver. And then they're trying to get Odell Beckham Jr. now, too. So they're trying to improve their offense more than their defense, but they're also improving the defense more, which I think they deserve the number 5 spot.
Yeah.
So, which leads me to my next question: Who will be the 7 teams from the AFC? Who will be the 7 teams from the NFC?
My 7 teams for the AFC, I'm going to put them in a rank order. Number 1 is probably going to be the Bengals or the Bills. So those two are going to be the top 2 probably.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm going to put, not even because they're my favorite team, but due to the fact that they actually finally got a new and actually really good middle linebacker, Pittsburgh. That them are number 3 or number 4 for Pittsburgh if they do better.
I see where you're going here, but it's like the way I see it, I don't think the Pittsburgh will make the playoffs because they have these 2 quarterbacks that barely played in a single game, which will give them more time. So technically, although the one dude, the main starter now from Buffalo, Mitch Trubisky or whatever his name is, although he's been in the league for some time, I think it's technically starting over as like his rookie season, technically. And
I guess you could say that.
I think it's going to take them a little, like this season and next season, for them to find where they're real good at and like their power in the team is.
Yeah.
So that's why in my bracket does not contain the Pittsburgh Steelers.
But you also have to remember that Pittsburgh has never had a losing season with Mike Tomlin as their coach. So, and they've actually almost always been in the playoffs with Mike Tomlin. In fact, I've never seen a season in my lifetime, 14 years, that they have not been in a AFC playoff game, even if they lost in like a wild card round.
They weren't in it in 2020.
True. Wait, no, yes they were.
Okay, here, let's look this up.
Yeah, I'm going to look this up. I think they were in 2020.
Here, I'll look it up on my computer and show everyone. 2020 playoff bracket. FL. Okay, let's load this up, and then I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you. And that is not it.
They did make it. I looked it up, but you can show them. The Steelers made the playoffs in 2020 after winning the AFC North. They had the early exit through as they lost to the Browns in the wild card round. And yes, actually, they definitely did because they won their first 11 games straight until they lost Bud Dupree. And then the game after they lost Bud Dupree, they ended up losing, and they didn't win until they went against the Colts. And that was also Big Ben's second year going undefeated for 11 games, being the only other quarterback besides Tom Brady and Peyton Manning to go undefeated for 11 straight games twice.
Yeah, but I just got confirmation from CBS, bro. I got some sharing to do over here. So you see where my screen is, right?
Yeah.
It says right here, this is the first time the Steelers have been in the playoffs since the 2017 season.
Well, they were in it for 2016, 2017. I know they were. 2018, I would have to look up the playoff bracket. In 2019, I would.
2018, we can check. Oh wait, here, let's look up 2018 playoff bracket. And we look this up. Okay, let's look at this picture. Just playoff. No, that's not the right sport.
Yeah, you probably should have typed in NFL.
Yeah, I should have. Here, let's look this up. 2020 playoff bracket NFL. There we go.
You got 2018.
Yeah. What's that? That's 2010. Yeah, that's smart, Lucas. That's smart. Yeah, top 4 teams right there. They did make it in 2018.
Yes, they did. I remember now.
Yeah, they were number 2. The Jaguars beat the Bills in 2018.
They also beat the Steelers too.
But never made it to the playoffs because Patriots. It was Patriots versus Rams. No,
It was Patriots versus no. This was the year Pittsburgh did make it to the AFC Championship. I think that this was the year that the Steelers beat the.
Yeah, because this is Patriots versus Eagles was this playoff bracket. So CBS was wrong for that one. Let's look at 2019. Let's see. 2019, you have Chargers, Ravens, Colts, Texans, Colts, Chiefs, Chargers, Patriots.
That's only the top 4.
Yeah, that's not big enough. Okay, let's look at this one. Buffalo Bills, I don't know what that says, versus Houston. Tennessee versus Patriots. Baltimore Ravens versus Bills. It's going to be Kansas City versus Patriots, I'm pretty sure.
I think you need a bigger bracket again.
No, because this is right, because these 2 teams go to here. Oh, no, yeah, because it's still missing. Is it?
It has to be. It doesn't seem like it's...
It doesn't seem big enough.
What? That's 2020.
Yeah, that's 2020. We don't want that. Oh, this is 2019 to 2020. Okay, I have to clarify it a little more.
Maybe you should just... Oh, wait, no, that's a lot of looking up to do.
2019 season. Okay, let's go over a picture. Let's go over a picture.
One side.
Okay. Yeah, the Steelers were in it. It shows it right here. But also, the Bills were in it, I'm pretty sure.
No, this was before Josh Allen. I know it wasn't.
No, this is the year Josh Allen was drafted in, and
That's why they didn't make it. He was a rookie because he didn't... I think that their record was not that great until the next season.
Yeah. Okay, then let's fix this, because we might have gotten 2018 to 2019 season last time. Check. Just a double check. 2017 to 2018 bracket. And the Steelers were in. So was the Raiders as the number 1 seed, apparently.
I don't know.
Yeah. But either way, the Raiders didn't do that good during that season year. They did good, and then Derek Carr got injured. Let's stop sharing that. Yeah, he got injured in the middle of it. And they're all what? Is it 4? Okay, it's 6-4. Buffalo's still winning. They came back a lot during the quarter, but they're still winning. So, okay, to go back on the topic, who are your top, your 7 teams from each conference?
So, NFL, I have Pittsburgh at number 4. Number 1 and I think number 1 is the Bengals.
Okay.
I still think the Chiefs are going to make it. I'm going to put them at 7 or 6.
Okay.
I'm going to put them at 6, probably.
Okay.
I got the Raiders probably are going to hope, like I would hope they would make it somewhere.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I already said the Chiefs. I don't know. The Patriots might actually make it somewhat. I think they might be 5 or 6 too. I put the Raiders at number 4 or 5, along with Pittsburgh being in like 3, 4, or 5.
Okay.
I think Raiders might take 4. I think Pittsburgh might take 5. I put Bengals. I put Bengals at number 2 or number 1. I don't know what other teams would probably make it number 1 or number 2 this season. The draft and
it's just a really close.
the drafts and off seasons.
Yeah.
Like
So going off that, AFC is going to be a close one. But what about NFC?
New Orleans is going to probably come back as long as Jameson Winston stays healthy. They got a fresh new receiver in Chris Olave.
Yeah, that or Drew Brees comes back.
Yeah. They got Tyrann Mathieu, I think, from the Chiefs after he became a free agent. So I think that the New Orleans are going to take 7, 6, 4, or 5.
Yeah, they were only a game off. If the Eagles didn't win, they were in.
Yeah. I think San Fran is going to be 4 or 5. Same thing with who else? Who are they? I'm trying to think. The Buccaneers are probably going to be 3, 4, or 5. Number 1 and number 2, I think Rams are going to be in number 1 area. I think the Vikings are going to be in around an area in 7, 6, 5, or 4. But that's just my rough estimate. I haven't really drew it out entirely, and I don't want to repeat myself on a team.
Yeah.
But that's just a rough estimate of a few of the teams and a few of the ranks that I think they're possible for.
So, my AFC number first. I'm gonna start at number 7. Number 7, I think the Chiefs or the Chargers are gonna sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Number 6, I'm gonna put what is it? I'm gonna put Jaguars up there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put them up there because they could make it, but they would also be. I think they might be another person that might sneak into the 7th seed. But officially for 6th seed, I would put the Colts. Number 5, I'm gonna put the Raiders. Number 4, I'm gonna put Tennessee.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm gonna put as there's a lot of teams. The Ravens.
I didn't even think of the Ravens.
Number 2 is gonna be the Bengals, and number 1 is gonna be the Bills, because they're gonna be playing the Bengals this season. They play. Don't they play the Steelers too?
Yeah, it's season. I forget which week.
The Ravens and the Browns. So they play that whole conference. Plus they play the Rams. So either way, they get probably 2 Super Bowl contenders right there, and they play them. Then NFC, to top it off, number 7 is going to be Eagles. Number 6 is going to be the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I think the Buccaneers are going to be doing really bad because Tom Brady is getting to that age where I don't think he's going to be able to do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know why he came back.
I know. So I did number 6. So number 5, I think is going to be the Saints. And then number 4 will be the Lions. I know it's a really big buck, but if you look at all their scores, most of their scorers last year, or most of their losses, they usually lost by 1 touchdown or less points.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put them up there because they definitely got a good tight end and everything going there. Number 3, I'm going to put what other team is there? I'm gonna put the Cowboys there.
Makes sense. I kind of can agree with that.
Number 2, I'm actually gonna put as the 49ers bet, and then number 1 is gonna be the Rams. I think it's going to be that close. I think the Rams are going to win their conference by at least 1 or 2 wins.
Yeah, and
the Cardinals are not going to win because they lost a bunch of their good players.
yeah,
and
I like how you
slower and stuff.
And I like how you didn't put the Seahawks in that year because they did lose a big part of their offense.
They lost. Okay, so they lost. Who? Lockett said he wanted to leave. DK Metcalf said he wanted to leave. Russell Wilson left them. That's another team that might make the sneak into the playoffs. Is the Broncos? Everyone, it's so close in the AFC West. It's not even a joke no more.
Yeah.
Like AFC is definitely the better team by far.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's your turn to ask some questions. I ran out.
All right. Who do you think? What do you think about this Russia-Ukrainian war?
I think, or the invasion. I think it's like a complete joke because Russia's just going in trying to get the land back, but it's like they wanted to be free. They don't want to come back. Even their don't they call it a president there? Their president?
Yeah, it's something like that.
It's president or prime minister, one of the two. But that is literally in the front lines fighting against these Russians. I think the Russians just stop because soon, I think the Russians are gonna lose the rest of the land they gathered back, trying to go back to the Soviet Union.
Yeah, like the Crimean Peninsula,
Georgia, the country Georgia.
Yeah,
because he already tried to do the tactic during the war in Afghanistan and Ukraine or Iraq. They invaded Georgia without anyone noticing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you believe that this invasion on Ukraine was unprovoked?
Oh, it's definitely unprovoked. What did the Ukraine do to Russia to provoke them into it?
I would say that, they do have their reasons, Russia. I mean, most attacks don't usually come in unprovoked, but I still think that the invasion shouldn't even be happening.
I think it's just unprovoked. I think that it should not have happened and everything. And OB. So going back to a previous question that we had earlier, because we're talking about sports as well in here, because we didn't have much questions. What?
Yeah. I noticed it was going on for 2 hours, and I was like, oh, all right.
Oh, no, we had an hour and 45 minutes before we actually started the recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my question for you, Jacoby, that I asked Lucas is, do you think that this invasion on Ukraine was totally unprovoked at all?
Personally, I think there was some provocation, but it could have been diplomatically solved and not resulted in such an invasion.
I like that answer, but so my thoughts on this is I think it is definitely somewhat provoked. I don't think that most countries would have a reason for invasion unprovoked, doing absolutely nothing. Because if you really probably sat down and asked a Russian soldier what they were doing there, and they weren't to just shoot you on the spot, they would probably tell you they don't even know. They just got told to come into that country and start fighting.
Yeah, and that's the thing with a bunch of soldiers is a lot of the time you're not told what you're doing. Like I was watching
They
a
just
video.
get told a command and then they're doing it because they have to follow it.
Their job isn't to question. Their job is to obey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing about militaries.
Yes, they love to listen to their higher ups. So now my next question for Lucas, and then it'll go on, be passed on
It's so stupid.
To Jacoby, and I guess Lucas is getting mad at the Buffalo Bandits game right now.
Dude, the dude walking a crease and they didn't call crease violation. That's
What?
so stupid.
1 sec.
But
So my last question for you, Lucas, that will be passed on to Jacoby after Lucas is done, is what do you think about these threats towards Taiwan from China? Do you think that there will be an invasion of Taiwan sometime soon? And do you think that there will be a possible war between the U.S. That will fight alongside Taiwan, and it will be an invasion on from China into Taiwan?
I think, personally, China is making these claims about invading Taiwan, which I think they might do, like actually do it. But I also think they're waiting for us to actually get ready to send troops over to Ukraine to actually help Ukraine once they find out the nuclear missiles are just like something to keep us away from helping them. And once they do that, we're going to be open, because we have less troops, we're going to be open for an air attack, and the Chinese are going to air attack us from above.
All
So
right,
I think they're gonna do it, but it's like I think they're gonna personally try to get us to send troops over to Taiwan or Ukraine, and then personally attack us with bombs from above.
All right, so same question for you, Jacoby.
Yes.
I believe that China and Taiwan. I might be thinking of the Koreas, but I really believe that they never actually signed like a peace treaty. I'm not 100% sure about that though. But if, let's say, China does go for a land invasion,
That's the Koreans. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
all right. Well, let's say that China does go for like a land invasion or attempts to like starve them with a blockade. I believe that the U.S. will probably send support. I do not think the U.S. will get fully involved in the war over an island, but the U.S. might, out of fear of the Chinese invading Japan.
They
And I
might.
kind of agree with what Lucas is saying, that if we do send soldiers to Taiwan, it would leave us open to a land invasion from China.
And something I like to think about, though, is look at where all of China's major cities are on a map. If you ever really truly took a time to look at where their biggest cities are, it is usually along the coast.
Yeah. Here's a big question that I've been hearing. Do you think the invasion in Ukraine will lead to a world war?
Yeah.
No.
And why?
Lucas, I have to get going.
Okay. See you later, Christian. So, Jacoby, why do you think it's going to lead to a world war?
I think it's going to lead to a world war specifically because it's what the media presses as an fully unprovoked. So, and countries like Denmark are already sending volunteers. So even if it's not a full-on world war, it's gonna be a war where there's soldiers from all sides fighting.
Yeah. So a question I asked Christian earlier is about the NFL. Who are your 7 teams that will make the playoffs in the AFC, and who are the 7 players from the NFC that will make, or 7 teams that from the NFC will make the playoffs?
From the NFC?
And the AFC.
I could tell you 3 teams that I can guarantee will make it to the playoffs.
Okay, go.
Obviously, which is my favorite team, the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
Patty
I put the
Mahomes. And unless Tom Brady dies, the Bucks. Maybe, just maybe the Cowboys.
Okay.
And I don't know, if Mac Jones gets better, the Patriots.
I see where you're going with Patriots, but they got rid of most of their good players. They all left. Like a lot of their defense left.
Belichick is still their coach.
I know. Tom Brady and Belichick still in the league. That means there's still cheating going on.
No, wait, no. Is he still their coach?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I changed my mind. They're never getting to the playoffs with him. Tom Brady carried. I do not like him, but Tom Brady carried every time.
I know. And then they had to cheat to win a Super Bowl. And then it's proven that during one of the playoff runs with the Raiders and the Patriots in the AFC divisional round, the tuck rule was not invented, and they said it was a tuck instead of a fumble, which the tuck rule.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
I'm losing my mind on that one.
That kind of pisses me off because Raiders are my favorite team, and they got ripped out of probably going to the Super Bowl and stopping Tom Brady's win or having another ring. He should at least have 6 rings right now.
I don't know. Listen, I don't like threatening harm on people, but I feel like the Madden curse is going to catch up with Tom Brady this year.
I know. It's like the Madden curse has taken out almost everyone. Lamar Jackson, after he was on there, he played the Buffalo Bills in the very next season in the AFC divisional. He couldn't play the rest of the game. Patty Mahomes had 2.
Patty Mahomes just lost. Patty Mahomes is having problems with his wife. I feel like that's part of the curse there.
Yeah, but Patty Mahomes had his whole body and his head like bent backwards the wrong way during a game against the Bengals, or it was the Broncos, I'm pretty sure. Then you had Tom Brady in 2, but last year his team started playing horrible because of bad passes. But then he somehow came back. But it's like, if you look at it, he has 2 of them, but the Madden curse hasn't fully affected him yet.
The Madden curse has not affected Tom Brady yet. But here's the thing. Patrick Mahomes has 2 covers of Madden.
Yeah.
He's dead.
But Patty Mahomes also got affected last year with a big injury.
First guy who got affected by the Madden curse, he was a Detroit Lion. He just straight up disappeared from the NFL.
That was actually it was before that him. There was a guy that got paralyzed after being on the front cover. There was a guy that was supposed to be on the front cover, and they told ESPN.
I'm looking this up.
Sports that he didn't want to be on the cover because he was afraid of the Madden curse.
He was a Charger.
Yeah.
The first.
It's just crazy how people just disappear or some crap like that. Like Antonio Brown, after being on the Madden cover, he got arrested.
That one hit got him. I can't remember who it was against, but I remember he got hit once, and he was never the same after that.
Yeah. there was a guy that fully snapped his leg. Like, it went everywhere. Where he couldn't even, if he tried to put his foot down, it would be like an S-shaped. That was a bad injury right there.
Yeah. Was it the Washington Redskin?
I'm pretty sure it was Washington Redskin, or he was who else was there?
49ers?
I know there was a bunch of other Lions players on there.
I think there was like 2 Lions players that were affected.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Barry Sanders was one on one. Barry Sanders was a great player at one point.
I looked up who was affected by the Madden curse, Detroit Lions, and then it gives me Calvin Johnson.
Oh shoot, he was on the Madden cover.
This isn't the same guy that I was thinking of though.
Yeah, but if you look at this, okay, Madden cover of 2013. He was the cover of Madden 2013, and then Barry Sanders, it looks like, was Madden cover of 20. No, that's not Barry Sanders. I don't know who that is. But like Odell Beckham got affected by it pretty badly.
What happened to him? Because I haven't heard of that one yet.
I don't think it was a big change. It was his whole career like started falling badly down. Like the past 4 years after 2016, I'm pretty sure Eli Manning retired. His last year of it on the Giants was 2018, and then got traded. Then he was horrible during those years, and then now he's on the Rams playing better again after the Madden curse hit him.
What happened to Marshall Faulk?
Marshall Faulk? I don't even think. I don't know. I really don't know much about him. Michael Vick was affected hard.
Michael Vick, is he still in prison?
No. He's actually going to the Fan Control League now. Ray Lewis was affected hard. He got charges by apparently abused his wife. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if the Madden curse ever affected John Madden himself.
I don't think it did. I think he like, I don't know.
Because he's the creator of it.
Yeah.
Is that
he did some satanic rituals in his room.
Is that Sherman from the Seattle Seahawks? I think that is. I'm pretty sure he got affected very hard on it. I don't even think Gronk or Tom Brady have ever got affected.
I didn't know. You know, you're a Raiders fan, so you should know. You know who God, what's his name? Richie Incognito. Is he still on your team?
Richie Okay, 1 second here. I have never heard this name.
Because he used to be a former Bill, and he like targets people.
Incognito?
Richie Incognito.
Yeah, he's on here, let's team. Yeah, he's still on the Bills or Raiders.
I don't know when he changed though.
No, actually he's not playing. He hasn't been playing since 2020. He's a free agent.
Who's here? Who's with me?
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, I'm playing Minecraft. Christian's here.
But I think that is our episode for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the podcast, and have a great rest of your day. Bye. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of People vs. Tyranny. I am your co-host, Lucas, and I'm joined with your other co-host, Christian. And we have one more co-host that's going to be joining later on, Jacoby. But today we're going to be talking about some simple stuff and everything like that. We have a list, or we're going to be texting each other stuff that we want to talk about, but in all, we're going to be talking to you. So maybe the first few things, if Christian wants to type in the chat with everyone what he wants to talk about, and we can go from there.